What is going on? Justin here from Bonafide Kayaks, and today I've got a new video for you. This is the new P127 in camo. In this video, I've got a new, what? Hey. I've got an accessory that I'd like to go over specifically made for the P127. It is the wheel transport system called the Sidekick. In this video, I will show you what comes in the box, what tools you'll need, and where exactly to mount this accessory. So I've got my box back here. First thing that I'm gonna pull out, you've got the right and left extension for either wheel. You can identify what side is left by locating that L. Identify what side is right by locating that R. The left-hand side of the paddler, and then right-hand side of the paddler. So next thing that I'm gonna pull out, you've got this support joint that goes in between each foot on either side. I'm just gonna place this in the center of the kayak. We won't need it quite yet. And then you've got these nice aluminum pieces that are wrapped up. I'm just gonna unwrap each one of these. And then most importantly, you have your hardware kit and you've got your set of tires. There's not a left and right specific. It does not matter which side those tires go on. All right, now that we've identified all the parts and pieces right out of the box, it's now time to find your hardware bag. I'm gonna go ahead and divvy this up between either side of the boat, and then we'll get on to that next step. So in your kit, you'll have two safety pins. These go on either side of the knuckle. These keep them in place during transport and also allow you to deploy and retract your wheels. All right, next we have these safety pins for the tires. You've got one for either side. I'm just gonna put these here. And then you've got 4 1/4-20s. So I'm gonna put 2 on each side. They also come with Loctite, just to give it a little bit more strength. And then you've got 2 slider slugs for either side. You've got 4 washers to put on those 1/4-20s, 2 on each side. And then all you're left with now are 4 3/16 inserts. You'll use your 3/16 Allen wrench for these. So you've got 2 on either side. And lastly, you have a couple smaller parts. Do not lose these. You have a lock washer and another insert. Again, 1 for each side. Be sure not to lose these. This is a smaller piece, so keep your eye on it. What I found to be the easiest way to assemble this, I'm gonna take that center brace part as well as the octagon shaped cylinder tubes right here. I'm gonna slide 1 on either side, and I'm gonna leave about an inch gap, okay? So I'm not gonna press that middle brace all the way out to the end quite. All right, once you see it pop out, just go ahead and slide it back by at least an inch. So I've got that middle brace as well as those 2 end pieces laying flush on the kayak. This will ensure that both parts are installed flush with each other. I'm gonna take that 3/16 insert, go ahead and line it up on either side. I'm not gonna seat it all the way down quite yet. All right, make sure. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It's about an inch. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this one down. And then let's make sure this one, about an inch. All right, that looks good. I've got about an inch on either side. Be sure not to tighten it down all the way. Keep it a tad bit loose. That way, if you need to make any final adjustments down the road, you can easily do so. All right, now I'm gonna install just one side knuckle. It doesn't matter what side you start on. All right, just follow these steps for both sides. I'm gonna install the left-hand side first on this one. The Sidekick logo is facing forward. You've got those 2 slider slugs that we identified earlier. I'm gonna install those inside the track. There's a little groove that they sit nice and flush on. I've got my 2 slider slugs installed. I'm just gonna take that knuckle piece and align both the holes on the sliders as well as the knuckle. And then you've got your 1/4-20 inserts as well as the 2 washers that are left on this side. And I'm gonna place one here. I'm gonna seat it using my fingers, and then I'll come back later and use a drill just to tighten it up a bit more. I've got my drill set to 7. I'm not going to tighten it down all the way quite yet. I've still got some fine tuning left to do. Just make sure both of these are seated. All right, perfect. After you've got that halfway installed, you can take your center brace piece. I'm going to slide this all the way forward as far as I can to make sure we have room to get that right-hand side installed. So left-hand side is installed. Now I'm going to complete those same steps on the right. Again, you've got those 2 1/4-20s, the 2 washers, as well as the 2 slider slugs. This time on the right-hand side, the Bonafide logo is facing forward. The safety pin insert hole is on the outside right there. Remy girl, what's wrong? What's the matter? Hey, it's okay. We're almost done. We're almost done. All right, that right-hand knuckle is installed. Now I'm going to take the center brace and I'm going to put the excess portion into that other side. All right, so I've got my legs for the left side. I'm going to just slide that in. The goal here is to get that hole lined up that's on the innermost part of the leg, lined up with the hole that we're going to use our safety pin with. And that is right on the money. It's just barely touching that piece that we just installed. I'm going to take that safety pin, go ahead and install that, and we can make sure that our brace portion is touching each leg. I'm going to do the same thing on this right-hand side. Make sure that innermost hole lines up with the safety pin hole on the foot itself. And then here I'm just going to stand at the stern of the kayak. I'm going to eyeball it, and it looks like either side is right on the money. So once you're happy how everything looks, if everything looks symmetrical to you, we can go ahead, take our drill. I'm going to tighten down either foot, and then I'm going to tighten down that inner brace. So both feet are tightened down. You've got 2 more of those 3/16 inserts. You're going to install one on each side, just on top of the foot of the Sidekick. These will be used to tighten down that inner brace to the foot itself. So now all 4 3/16 inserts are seated. I'm going to go back with my Allen key, make sure each one is tight. All right, last step before we add the tires, you've got your remaining screw with that lock washer. Take your safety pin, thread that screw through the end of the safety pin, and now we're just going to install that to the knuckle itself. There's a little hole, all right, facing the stern. Going to tighten that all the way down, and now that safety pin is installed. We're going to repeat for that opposite side. All right, last part of this installation, we've got a tire for either side. The key here, we're going to put that air receptacle facing outward, and then you've got your little safety pin here to keep your tire on. Once we get that done, we are ready to rock and roll and hit the water. All right, last part right here, right-hand side tire going on, and then you've got that safety pin that goes on the inside. Just gonna wrap that around. All right, just like that, we are done. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. This was Justin from Bonafide Kayaks, and that was the installation for the Sidekick Wheel System. Look forward to some more videos out in the future for the P127. Hey, Remy, come here. We're almost done, baby. Almost done. So again, look out for more videos from Bonafide and the P127 on down the road. We've got some stuff that we need to cover as far as accessories and different features on this boat as they start to hit the stores in the next couple of weeks. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Be safe. We will see you on the water.